Hello everybody, welcome back to my gaming review. Today I want to make a quick video again on the Nintendo 64, well not again, but on the Nintendo 64 console. Now this is one of the systems that got me my first viral video on my YouTube channel, and that video is the N64, or I think it was like a review of the N64 in 2022. We are now close to 2024, and I have already made a video, I believe, on is it worth it in 2023. We're going into 2024 though. I decided to do an early start to 2024 to see what consoles are worth it or possibly worth getting, and if people, should actually buy the system. But anyway, let's just get started with the video. So, Nintendo 64 is Nintendo's third console. It came out in the 3D era with the PlayStation 1 as well as the Sega Saturn, and even though it didn't do as good as the PlayStation 1, it is still an amazing system. I actually prefer that it uses cartridges, even though the PS1 was an amazing console that uses discs, and you could do more with discs. The N64 was a very powerful system at the time, and it used cartridges instead of discs, which some people made that into a big deal. I don't think it's too big of a deal. And the N64 was I think it was like one of the first consoles where you actually had 4 controller ports, so people could have their friends over and you can have 4 people play at a time, like Mario Kart and Smash Bros. The Nintendo 64 featured things like a jumper pack, which would basically, give you enough memory or like RAM or whatever you call it to actually start the system. You got your reset button, your on-off switch, and obviously you got your cartridge slot, these little vents right here, which this thing probably doesn't even need vents because these things never get hot from my experience. And then on the back side of the N64, you got your power supply port, which just plugs in here, and then you got your AV composite output for your TV. Now, the Nintendo 64 has a huge amount of amazing games, I would say. You got like Doom 64, Mario Kart 64, Smash Bros, you have Star Fox, Pokemon Stadium 2, and so on. There was a huge selection of the game, as well as GoldenEye 007, 007 The World's Not Enough. You also have Perfect Dark. This system has a whole bunch of amazing games that anybody can get into. And from my experience with the N64 console and with the games I've played like Rainbow Six and all that stuff, I would say that yes, the N64 is definitely worth it in 2024. I think it's an amazing console, and I think if people want to get into Nintendo collecting, or if you're somebody who is interested in past systems, or you just want to find something fun and cool, this is definitely a perfect console to pick up. Now, some games are actually very expensive. One of those games, I believe, is Conker's Bad Fur Day, which is in the hundreds range, which is why I've never gotten that game yet. And other games could be anywhere from 70 to 60, the price of a brand new PS5 game. But I find it that if you buy a Japanese N64, the Japanese Nintendo 64 and the games are actually cheaper than the American version of the console and the games. I'm not exactly sure why. It's the same thing with the Super Famicom, where the Japanese Super Famicom is actually cheaper than the American Super Nintendo. I'm not sure why it's like that, but it is. But anyway, from my experience though, with the Nintendo 64 console, with the games, its library of games, the design of it looks awesome, and I think it definitely is a console that's worth it in 2024. Plus, this console was the very thing that got me my first viral video on my YouTube channel, so I kind of have to thank it for that. But from my experience though, I've made this huge collection already. I got, 2 controllers, I got a bunch of jumper packs, and I got 2 64 consoles and a whole bunch of games. And I would have to say, from my experience, this is something that everybody should try out. This is something that, if you've never had a 64 before, go get one if you could find one cheap, and get a couple of games with it, because this system is amazing. I find that the graphics are actually pretty good too. Some games it's a little weird, but like games like Mario Kart, games like Smash Bros, games like Rainbow Six, Perfect Dark, 007, in my opinion, they look really amazing for a very old system like the N64, Nintendo's third console, which is pretty crazy that this is a third system. But the N64, I think, is just one of those systems that will never ever. I don't think it's something that people will ever really get bored with or sick of. It's just one of those systems that is just, it's a great quality. It's built very well. It runs very nicely, and I think that with the library of games that you have, all the controllers and third-party controllers and all that, you can have a blast with this thing. This thing also has the Mario Party games, where you can play with a bunch of friends and play Mario Party and stuff like that. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, I'm in the video, but let me know what you think in the comment section below about the N64 in 2024. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I hope you all had a amazing day or night. But again, N64 is worth it in 2024, and I'll probably make a video in 2025 about it, and 2026, and I'll just keep going on, because, that's just a part of my channel. I'll probably do PlayStation 2 next, and PlayStation 1, and see if they're worth it in 2024. But I'm in this, so peace out. Oh yeah. Nintendo 64. Oh yeah.